Aloha Uke Cruisers. This is a video to sort of give you guys, for those of you that have never joined us, some tips for sort of your first time cruising, and also just a reminder for those of you that have cruised with us in the past. So you're probably already thinking about packing because we are getting ever closer to our date where we depart. So some things to think about. The first thing is that all of the rooms have very minimal plugs. So we all have devices that need charging. So I would highly recommend either bringing a very, very small power strip or one of those multi-port USB chargers. And the reason why I say this again is because they only have maybe 1 or 2 outlets in the rooms. And if you bring a regular size power strip, sometimes they confiscate them. So make sure it's a smaller sized one. Or again, they have those multi USB ports that have one plug that goes into the wall, but then they have like 6 little USB ports that you can plug in so that you can charge multiple devices using just one plug. So just FYI there. I also recommend bringing pen and paper. You're going to want to take notes during the classes. We do have the schedule and the PDFs for the classes, though most of those PDFs are outlines or just sort of place markers so that you can take notes for that specific class. And I also made sure to have some blank diagrams done for most classes. That way you can quickly fill in chord diagrams and things like that. So you don't have to worry about bringing a stamp with you and all of that good stuff. Because it's just, we wanted to make the note-taking as easy as possible for you. You need to make sure, though, that you print out and have those on you. Either so print them out, or you can just have them on your iPads or whatever tablet you use, because we will not have copies on board. So make sure that you have them on you. As far as the schedule goes, we've actually made some changes, so make sure that you have the updated, it's version 2 schedule. That is going to have a couple of class changes as far as where the classes were initially. I think on days 2 and 3 is where we switched things around a little bit. Also, one of our guests who has actually cruised with us before, I believe this is her third or fourth time cruising with us, Karen James, has offered to teach hula. So the 2 evenings that we originally did not have activities, we are going to have hula available to anyone who would love to join. It's going to be a lot of fun. She's going to be teaching a very accessible hula. So if you are curious or a little shy, come try it. It's going to be a blast. You'll be learning the hukilau, and we'll be adding that to our jam songs. That way, those of you that want to get up and perform it, you certainly may. And we'll do it a few different times. That way you have more than one chance to get to practice with a live band. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and that's been added to the schedule. So thank you so much again, Karen, for offering to do that. We are going to have 2 jam songs this year. Make sure that you print and have those. We are doing I'm a Believer, originally by the Monkees, written by Neil Diamond, and 8 Days a Week, of course, by the Beatles. We're very excited about that. We will be performing that on the last C-Day in the Piazza. We had a blast last year doing Brown Eyed Girl, so this year you'll notice that we're actually going to focus some on those songs in class. And so they're part of the class material. So don't worry about, oh no, I'll never have this memorized. You'll be fine. Every year we do a song, and every year it is absolutely stunning. So we're very excited about that. Music stands, that's always a question. So for music stands, it's sort of up to you. If you like having your music stand set up in class so that you can write notes on the stand, that's fine. If you'd rather take the notes in your lap, that's no problem. The only time that we ever need a music stand is during the jam session. If someone has one that we can have up front for whomever is leading a song, that's great. But again, not everyone needs to bring a stand. But if you would like to, you certainly may. It's not required. All of the classes are going to be filmed. Craig is going to be setting up his GoPro camera on the teachers and the board that they're writing on in the classrooms. You are going to have access to those links on YouTube. They'll be private links, so they are for your eyes only, so that afterward, and we'll get those links to you a week after we get home. And we'll have those links up for you so that you can look at your notes and listen to the classes again to sort of help jog your memory. So, because you're going to be getting a lot of material thrown at you throughout this 10-day period. The only classes that will not be recorded are Sarah's paperless jam and Milo's uke basics. The ukulele bass classes will not be filmed, but other than that, all of the rest of them will have a camera at the class. Make sure to pack a water bottle. All of the classes and the evening activities will have a water station available, and that's free. Fill up your water bottles. Please use the water station. We want to make sure that you stay hydrated while on board. Coffee, tea, and waters are free in the dining room. However, sodas or any alcoholic beverages are not. So keep that in mind while you're on board. Also, make sure that you pack clothes for formal night. There are 2 formal nights on this particular journey, so make sure that you have clothes for that. Gentlemen, the sort of minimum for formal night is nice slacks, long sleeve shirt, and a tie. A jacket isn't always required, but if you do have one, of course, it would be great to bring it. And then for ladies, just make sure that whatever you wear, like if you have really nice slacks, that's awesome. Beautiful dresses, of course, are totally fine. The main thing is you can't wear jeans, shorts, or flip-flops. Just make sure that, you know, it's formal night, and the maitre d' is usually very strict. So there was I think one of the times Craig tried to wear a short sleeve shirt and he actually got sent away. So make sure that you have long sleeve shirts for that. You don't want to take your chances, because it's always a bummer when you have to either go back to your room or just go to the buffet because you just say, I'm not going to change. So keep that in mind. Also, you might want to think about packing a little less, because you can do laundry on board. Craig and I actually usually do laundry on excursion, on at least one of the excursion days. They have a laundromat. You use your cruise card, which is this card you will receive when you first come on the ship, because you don't use any cash. Everything goes on that card and then gets charged to the credit card that is with your account with Princess. So just keep that in mind. But you can do laundry at the laundromat, and the soap and everything you can buy it at the laundromat. You can also have the ship do your laundry at an extra cost. But that's something you can just chat with the ship about that when you get on board. But I know Craig and I pack a little less clothes and just do laundry one day. So that's what we do on one of the excursion days. Other things to think about are take the stairs when you can. It's a lot faster than those elevators. Those elevators are the slowest elevators I have ever seen. So if you were planning on taking the elevators, kind of pad your schedule a little bit, because it's going to take you a little bit extra time than if you just take the stairs. I also tend to take the stairs most places because I tend to eat a whole lot on the ship, and I figure at least that way I'm burning off some of the desserts that I love to have. But it is because the elevators are just really slow, and the stairs tend to just be a lot faster. Those of you that do get seasick, please make sure to pack whatever it is that you need, Dramamine, wristbands, etc. Craig and I are going to be giving everybody their own set of wristbands with their goodie bags. However, depending on when we get our luggage on board the ship, we may not be able to get them to you till the morning of day 2. We are hoping we can get them to you by the evening of our the first night that we're on board, but sometimes we don't get our luggage in from the porters until too late to be able to pack all the goodie bags and bring them to you that evening. So just keep that in mind. But everyone will be getting the seasick wristbands from us. It was actually Karen James, the woman who's going to be doing hula. She gave Craig a set, and he wore them the entire time. They were the best thing ever. So we wanted to make sure everybody got a set this year. The other thing I wanted to mention about dinner is that the very first evening we are going to all sit together. Take note of which tables our people are at, because after that you can switch it around and sit with other folks. But we have to stay at our assigned tables, but you don't necessarily need to stay at your assigned seat. If you have special dietary needs, your waiter does know that. It would make their lives a little easier if you stay at the same spot, but let them know that you're moving to a different table and they can actually accommodate. But just let your waiter know, because he knows, he knows your assigned seat, whomever has dietary needs. They'll take care of you and make sure that you're all right. You don't have to switch around, though. We know some folks want to sit with their same group every night, and that's also fine. Craig and I just want to make sure that we get a chance to try to sit with as many people as possible so that we can get to share our time with everybody. And then finally, we always have a raffle. The last video we sent had a really fun couple of shots of me going through and playing all 4 instruments that will be available in the raffle. There will be lots of many other great goodies as well. A great tenor fusion bag, as well as Hawaiian goodies. It's going to be really, really awesome. So we're very excited about that. I think that's it as far as my tips. We are getting ever so much closer, which is super exciting. I can't wait to see all of you guys on board, and I am really looking forward to getting to spend time with each and every one of you.